Why is it every time you go to go live, the dog's got to go crazy? Whoops. Did you guys tilt it back a little bit too much? There we go. Yay! Now to find you on the iPad. So how is everybody this morning? Oops. Oh, look, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go back in and it's not going to be there. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Let's try videos. So here's the goof I made just now. I said I was going live at 9 o'clock and I thought it was 9:15, and I just happened to look up and it's 9:15 because the glare, I didn't see the other hand. So I was like, great. Carolynne, you're going live right now. So I apologize for that goof on my part. Let me get my phone hooked up here. So we have that. Let me get my other camera going. Move it in just a little bit. Oops, there's a box in the way. So that way you can see better. Hopefully that will work. Yes. So how is everybody this morning? Listen, my daughter is on her way with my other granddaughter. So I'm excited and can't wait. And look at that, the wire came out of this one. It's not going to really matter because I'm folding it up, so I can just cut that piece out. So let's just cut it because it wouldn't go back in. So today, it's almost Christmas. 2 more days. 2 more days. I've been teasing my one granddaughter, Bailey. I showed her all the Christmas stuff that was around. And she's like, which one's for me? What did you get me? Da, da, da. And I said, Santa and his elves have been busy. You know, can't tell you. So she's been like, yes, you can tell me. I was like, no, I can't. So she's been like, because I haven't told her. Now look, I got to put a pillow under my chair. Hold up. Because, there we go. This chair keeps sinking. And I get lower and lower. So it's kind of crazy. So I'm going to pull up my sleeves here. And we're going to make an angel on the Modified Unique and the Creepy board. So I have already gone ahead and let me split these so you can see me as well. I've already went ahead and put the zip ties in. So the board is like this from behind. And you can see how I put the zip ties in. So there'll be 5 across the bottom row. I may add another one in here because I think I did that on the last one. So it will be all these, all these, all these, all these. So it's like a pyramid. But I think I added an extra one in here last time. I'm on my other one. Which you can do. You don't have to. It's up to you. So we're going to make one. This is the gorgeous ribbon. Now I did one of these and it's going to my son's fiance. So everybody loved the cardinal one. But the face that I used on the other one, I'm not going to use on this one. I'm going to use something a little different. Do it differently. So we have our styrofoam ball here. We have ribbon here. We have our flowers. We have this ribbon. We have our board. We have our cutters and pins. Oh, we're like all set to go. I'm going to move the styrofoam ball over there for now just because it kind of gets all over the place. And look at, I got all wires on this table here. See if I can get some of them off. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's early. I wanted to do this before my daughter comes, and then, you know, Christmas is going to be crazy this week for us. So I wanted to, you know, do something with y'all before Christmas. So let's get the party started. Oh, y'all are probably wondering. Let's see. I don't even know if you can see this. So let me switch cameras. Okay, you may or may not be able to see this. So what is my left eye? You can see it's nicely colored. This eye is nice. This eye is a colored eye. Um, I have to tell the story if you haven't read it. I went ahead, we're fostering puppies, 3 little ones. They're only about 2 pounds each. And I went to get over the fence that, we have them in. And it's one of those baby play yard things that, they're like 3-foot square plastic pieces that you can connect and, maneuver around. And I was going over it, and my foot that was on the outside, my slipper came off. So I was like, oh. And, I was in a rush because one of the puppies pooped, and I wanted to get it because, puppies like to take things that they shouldn't take. And I went like this and turned and reached down, and as I was reaching down, there is a foot of our bed has about a 5-inch like shelf, if you want to call it that, at the footboard. Bam, smacked it. I fractured it up here on my eye. So my eye has been like, as the day goes on, it would rather go to like just go close, because it gets like tired, if you want to call it that. And I try to stay away. I have to still take care of the puppies, but it hurt like the. So now I have this going across here is a deep purple red. It's going to turn burgundy. Now my eye is all turning green. You can see the different. My hair. It's different on here. This is the way my bangs go. I'm flip-flopped on the screen here, so it's like, whoa. So if you see the eyes, this is a normal eye. This is the pretty eye. Don't have to wear eyeshadow, but can't tweeze my eyebrow for a while, which is going to stink. So anyway, so let's get this project going. I've already listed this in my Etsy shop, so if you do want it, you'll see a big Facebook Live picture. It is listed there. I also have, I have this one listed in there. Let me fix his little ribbon here. This one got caught up. I have this one listed in there. This was one we did on a live the other day, last week. So this one's there. I also have the breast cancer one listed in there. So if you need it, if you don't see one that you like, I only have a few because I just started making some of these. I love the angels. Go ahead and contact me, and we can always, yeah, ouch is not the word I wanted to say when it happened. Just let me know. All right. And, I love creating things of sorts. So ouch wasn't the word. I put my hand on the eye. I literally thought I split it open. I mean, that's how hard I hit. I didn't even see the footboard. I was like, man, it's like a second delay. Like, what did I hit? And I was like, seriously? So not a fun thing for me. Not a fun thing. But it's all okay. So... And now I got my puppy over here wanting to play with the puppies. So as you guys do this, if you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be great because we love having a lot of people in here. So I would appreciate it. Now here she comes. She's coming crawling to me because she wants me to let her in. Did you hear her? That's how she's like, let me in with the puppies. Not now, sweetie. You're going to have to wait because I'm busy. So I cut these. Now I got to put my glasses back on. I cut these at 9 inches long. You can do it 8 inches. To me, 9 inches seem to work the best for me. This board is only, what is it? It's only about 10 inches long this way, and it only makes it about 7 inches wide here, widthwise, and it will be about 4 inches deep, once you get it all done. So I'm going to take the ribbon here and I'm going to go ahead and just scrunch it up. And what I do, now I have thick zip ties in here. I recommend thinner ones because it will make your life a little bit easier. Some of these holes, had to be made. So this board actually was modified by Connie McCormick from Wreaths by Connie M. So if you do want some, that's where you can purchase them from. So what I'm doing here, as I'm tightening it down, I'm making sure my edges here of the ribbon aren't going to fold up. because then it folds in on the bird. And I'm just going to make sure that you can see the bird on there, the cardinal. So I just fold it down a little bit on the edges. And I'm going about between here, between where I'm tying it to here. It's going to be like basically all the way up there. So that way I make sure I get it all tightly in there. Now you're going to see part of the cardinal in different ones. I tried everything, trying to make it so you could see the cardinal all the time. Didn't work. So pull it as tight as you can. And then we're going to go ahead and just snip that off. And throw it away because we don't need it. So we're going to go to the next one. Do the exact same thing. Just crumple it up there. Good morning, everyone. It is a, well, what is it here? Well, it's sunny. So it was, they told us we were going to get like an inch of snow. And then they changed it. Now I'm trying to mix them up a little bit. Let's try this one so that you can see the cardinal. So not to say alternating, but the way the ribbon is cut, there's no way to do it so you can see the cardinal. I tried that. I'd be wasting so much ribbon if I try to do that. But I like it where it kind of alternates a little bit. So this one you get to see the whole cardinal. And what you want to do is make sure that you're staying even going down here as well. So is everybody ready for Christmas? Let me just say, where did my thing go? It's crazy. I got my last gift. I was just this morning. I made a gift. I can't say what it is in case my daughter pops on. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing today, my friends? And I had done it, and I was not happy. I made it last week, and I think I can't show it to you because it's from my daughter. And like I said, she pops on here, and I know she's at home this morning because her being a realtor, I know she has a thing this afternoon. So anyway, so I was making something, didn't like it, so I went back this morning or last night, and I redid it. And of course, what I thought would be a simple, because I got it saved on my Cricut, turned into like a 4-hour project because you know how you just do one thing and then it ruins, you forget to flip it or mirror it and do all this, and I was like, oh my God. So I'm not worried about poofing these out yet because we're just going to work our way along here. At the end, when I finish this whole thing, then we'll go ahead and poof out the ribbons. Because otherwise, they're going to keep getting squished. Anyway. So what is everybody doing? Is anybody going away? I mean, are you able to have, family? I mean, my daughter and my one son-in-law and Cassidy, we're always here, because I have to watch Cassidy. My other daughter is coming in. She works at a hospital. So they're always like tested to make sure. And same with my son-in-law. So I'm not worried about getting sick, so to speak. But because we're not going anywhere anyway. We're just homebodies. Hello. And but they're not going to stay here this year. This is the first time ever they're not going to stay at the house. Since my daughter bought her new house, they're going to go ahead and stay at her place. So it's going to seem really weird not having anybody at my house for Christmas, like sleeping over. I have the room. My son and his fiance will be here. Good morning, Señorita Nonnas. I see you, my friend. And so they'll be staying here, but probably more just my son because his fiance's family lives about half an hour away, and she'll probably stay there at her house with them. Not that she's not welcome here or anything, but it's her father passed away in July, and it's the first Christmas without him. So There we go. I almost took the scissors to cut it. There we go. So see, so far it's coming out pretty good. Oops, I know one fell on the floor, right? And of course it's on the other side of the table. Whatever. Let me move these out of my way because I'm only using these. So where is everybody from? Now I know some of you here are from Virginia area. I know some of y'all are from Illinois. Because some of my people, so that I always see. Where is everybody from? Staying home, just my husband and daughter. Oh. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. I have a friend. I'm sure she's not going to be on today, you know, to pop in. I love that small Christmas tree. How can I get one? Gracias. This, if you want this one's going to be cardinals. I have it listed in my Etsy shop. As you can see, there's NonnasNuttykrafts. Whoops. Also over there, it has my website for Etsy. So if you want to go right there, you can go ahead and purchase one. If you would like this one. And if you're local to me, you know, just let me know before you purchase it. I should have a coupon in there. It should say local, so you don't get charged shipping. If it doesn't come up, let me know. You know, things are crazy these days with all these computers. All right. Hello, Miss Diana. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. There we are. So we're going to leave these flat because we're going to go on to the next row. And I don't know how many I cut. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There should be about 14. I could be wrong. I know I didn't cut 14. I know I didn't cut 14. So let's get this. I'm going to have to cut more. I think I only cut 11 because I was like, how many did I cut? I said, oh, I know it's more than this, but we'll just cut this just in case. I hate to have more than what it is. New Jersey, and you raised in Oklahoma. Well, those of you that don't know me, I was born and raised in New York. So every now and then you will hear a certain word come out of my mouth. It's more New Yorker sounding than anything. But we're military and, well, retired now, but we've lived a lot in the South. So, oh, look at my hair. I look like an old man with a part down here, you know, like how. Why is it doing that? That's just weird. It's just weird because I'm looking at the camera opposite and it's just weird. This looks weird. Maybe I should. Oh God, that's even worse when I did it in there because there's a delay reaction in there. I was like, good God. But so anyway, so we live in Virginia now. You got out of the military here, so we've been here for many years. Hello, my friend from Texas. You're from New York. Woohoo! Where from New York are you, Rosa? Rosario. Let's see, Rosaria, New York, you know. We say idea, like with an R. I always get teased for that. And but it's like we say two beer, dear, not 2 beers. Good morning, good morning. So it's funny when you go to different states or different countries and how just one word is different. Like in New York, we always said pocketbook. And you go to like Chicago or some other places and they say purse. I'm like, that's not a purse. It's a pocketbook. To me, a purse is a little purse that you would take out, like an evening wear purse, like, you know, a little tiny little thing that you want to take out during the evening. That's what we used to call purses. We used to have those beaded ones. That's what we used to take for evening wear, those beaded purses. White Plains. Ooh, that's upstate. I'm from the island. I'm from Long Island. I'm an island girl, as they say. Rosaria. No, I try to call you by the right name. That's just my New Yorker. But it's funny because I'll hear when we lived in Illinois for a while, a couple of years, and when we did that, the people in Chicago and stuff, they had to me, a heavy New York accent. And it was like, oh, I'm home, you know. But other people may not hear it, but I heard it. And I was like, oh, yay. And I kind of fell right back into my little bit of my accent. And I'll do it. If I hear it, I'll start talking just like I was still living in New York. Now, what I'm doing with these, I don't know if that one's going to stay. Did that click? Yeah. Is I'm pulling, I don't know if you could see, when I go to clip it off, let me clip this one off so you could see. Because this one I didn't do here. So what I'm doing here, I'm pushing these down so that they lay flat, so nothing's sticking up once I clip it, you know, from the zip tie off there. So guys, make sure you do that. The LSF, 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 do. So that way we have more buddies in here. And again, we'll fluff these out once we get to that point. I'm going to move these flowers. Now, I'm going to switch this camera off. And the only reason why I'm doing that, you're going to get to look at my lovely wall for a second, is because I dropped one of, look, I'm going to take this, trying to reach around the other side of the table. And the reason why I did that was because I didn't want to move the camera. That's right here. So we'll flip you back there. There we go. Definitely going to have to cut some more of my cardinals. We need some more cardinals here. Oh, you know what? I was to Italy too. And I went, okay, now I'm going to tell my age. I went, God, my hair looks so funky. Why does my hair look funky? There. I went when I was 18, and it was a high school like trip that back then they did these trips in every year. And I remember it was like $600. I was gone for 9 days. That included your air flight, your hotel. I think it included food at some of the places. I can't remember that part. So $600 for 9 days. We traveled, we landed in Milan, and we went to Venice and Florence, and we wound up ending down in Rome. And then we left from Rome. But I'll tell you what, gorgeous country, gorgeous. The history, you know, you read it in the books. To go see the Colosseum or see the Sistine Chapel, and we got blessed by the Pope that year. And that was the Pope that got killed, unfortunately. Can I just buy the Gray Tree only? You can buy the Gray Tree only from Wreaths by Connie M. That's her website on Etsy. I cannot sell them to you because I do not make them, but you can purchase it from her. Ooh. There we go. All right. And she's really good because I just got a bunch more boards for him from her, and I got them really quick. Now, I don't know with Christmas holiday right now, you're not going to get it before Christmas. I'll tell you that because that's in a couple of days. Oops, get over there. There we go. All right, so we need to cut 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So we're going to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, look, my thing came off. I hate that when that happens. I found one in the drawer, and I didn't realize it was from this one. I hate that because, oh, I think I got it right here, as a matter of fact. Yes, I did. I don't know if it's this one, but it's going to be. And I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on there to hold it on, because I hate it when it comes off like this, because then you go to use it. Now I'm not trying to get it on the ribbon. Just a little bit. If you go to use it, oh, not use it, but the ribbon will come all unwound. And that will be a pain in the derriere. I know I had a pin here. Oh, I did. Where is it? Oh gosh, it has to be a black tip pin there. All right, there we go. Whoop, lost all my comments. And there you go. You know, my son lived down there for. Oh, now I lost the pad. This is gonna lay down now. Now I'm gonna have to stand you over here. Hold on. This is gonna be fun because my thing fell on the floor that I hold my pad. Yeah, my son lived in Henrico. He was in Richmond, and then they moved to Henrico for just about a year. And now they moved up here in Maryland, which is a lot closer than where they live. Thank you for blessing my page, you all. Yes, please bless, float my boat, sprinkle the love. Do all those good things. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Guys, I'm up to 4,676. The F word. Trying to get to 5. Just for fun, because if we do that, giveaway. Oh, I can't say that word. There'll be some happy mail in some people's boxes. Happy mail. I love happy mail. Ugh. So if you see me looking away, because now I'm really looking over at the side of it. Oh my gosh. I asked for better pliers for Christmas. Look, you don't have to worry about that wire because it's not going to make that much difference since we're folding it anyway. All right, almost done with this part. I really like the cardinals. I think they're pretty because you can use this in January and even in February because the ribbon that we're going to put on for the bow, because it's red and white, the ribbon is red, rather, for the bow. You can use this still in February. So this is kind of a cool thing. Ugh. Make sure they're all laying down. Voila. Got 2 more. Hopefully I didn't drop any on the floor again. Did y'all see any fly off the table? Let me know. It's going to be hard to see. Gotta keep the glue gun out of there. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, guess I have to cut one more. I thought I cut enough. So my little rambunctious puppies, hey, they're getting, the ones we're fostering are getting, they're not getting any bigger. They're going to be tiny. They're only going to weigh like 6 pounds or something. They're just little tiny little things. They're not even, maybe the length of a football. I don't even think that long. And they're only still like 2 pounds. Oh, my apron. Can you see? It's cupcakes. I figured everybody's probably baking, you know, these days, right now for the holidays. So why not wear a baking apron? I keep it up in my craft room. I like it up here. It's too pretty for me to use as a baking apron. All right, so we got to cut one more. Really? Oh, nope. See, I knew it flew off the table. It landed on my, it was on my leg. Silly me. Silly me. Oh, goodness. So we're supposed to get snow, like an inch, they said. And now they're changing, saying we won't get snow. And I'm like, oh, man, I wanted to go sleigh riding down my... I go down my driveway because it ices over. So I'm hoping at least it will ice over because it's really fun to go down the driveway on a sled with ice. Let me tell you, I do crazy things. But I love what I do. I figured you only live once. Then things that go straight down, then the driveway kind of goes like this, and then I'm off in the woods. I have no idea. Sorry, guys. You're going to hear them bark till they stop because I'm the only one here. I should have shut the front door. I didn't think about that. My bad. All right. So now that it's done, what you can do, you can either flip them up a little bit if you want to, and you can start at the bottom. You can do this however you want. It doesn't matter how you do it, and you can poop this out. Now I'm just showing you how to, you know, I pull this one out, the ones on the side a little bit, to give these guys in the middle a little bit more space. But you know, these are going to all get crushed again, and I'm going to have to redo this because I'll be... Now, because I pressed them down, you can just take where it was creased, and you can just take your fingers and push it in. So see, like here. Oops, let me get my finger in there. Good God. That's where I had it creased, and what I'll do is I'll just push on that, and that will help, you know, make it poofy. So we can do that all the way up, but I want to finish doing this before I do that because it's only going to get smushed again. So let's put this aside. Let me get another glue stick here because I noticed my glue gun. There we go. And let's work on the head. Just because we'll give that a break before we do the wings. We'll get the head going so that everything kind of dries. So this is a half styrofoam. I bought it this way. You can buy a full, you know, styrofoam ball and you can slice it and all yourself. But to me, I'm not doing that. So what I did, I just took, oops, come here. You can follow me. I'm on this morning because with it being Christmas coming up and stuff, I wanted to go ahead and get on because everybody, I like to do, you know, day ones. I like to do night ones just to break it up so everybody can, you know, follow me on both. I like to do the day ones because my husband's not home, you know, and that way I can spend time with him. Or sometimes I have my granddaughter and I can't do a day one. So I kind of fluctuate a little bit, but please, yes, you can hit, if you go in, hit anywhere on the screen, 3 little white buttons pop up at the top in your right-hand corner there, and you can hit to get notifications when I go live. And I try to put out a little picture saying when I'm going to go so that you have a heads up on it as well. I'm also doing it in my story thing. I put a thing out in there today, which is something new for me to try and do with y'all so that you can get notified as well. But please, yes, I love to have people. So I took this. You can use whatever flowers you want. I don't know where I got these. Does it have a tag on it? I thought I saw a tag. These, I think, came from Hobby Lobby. I think. Because the tag I don't recognize. Or I may have bought it from Khalid. But you can use whatever flowers you want. I'm choosing flowers on this. Connie from Reads by Connie, she does a lot of these, and she'll do like a doily on top of this and stuff. You can do whatever you want. I'm choosing to just change it up, in my view of changing it up. And I like using the flowers because I think the flowers came out really pretty. Now, in the last one I did of this, I used a... Do I have them here? Yes, I do. I took one of these red pulpery kind of balls, and I used that as the head. And then I had this one's way too big. I had a brown one like this that I did, as you saw, on the patriotic one. And then on the breast cancer one, I did the flowers. Then on another one, I did, what did I do on that one? A Christmas ball, I think, on that one. So you can use whatever you want. This is about 3 inches, I think. Oh, this is almost 4 inches. So, but that's what I'm using. So, yeah. All right, so let me move this to the other side of me. And all I'm doing, I just pulled the flower off, and where the little stemmy thing is sticking out there, that's where I'm going to put the glue. And all I'm going to do is just pop it in here. Just push it in. So that's it. And I think on the pink one I used different colors of flowers. This one these are all the same color on this one. They will vary in size a little bit. So, ooh, and that glue is hot. Dang it. So some are big, some are small, and that's what makes it kind of cool, is just mixing it up. And I should put my happy fingers on just in case. And I'm just going to start by going around the outside. Ooh, yeah, happy fingers. I need happy fingers. Because that's hot. God. These are my happy fingers. Happy fingers because they don't get burnt. There we go. Good morning, everybody that's just popping on. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to just start going around this. See, now this one's a small one. Of course, I got glue strings. Oh, hate those glue strings. And I know I've said it before, but those of you that may not, what I do is sometimes you can't see the glue strings. So I'll take my design and I'll go hang it on my front door. And the sun's rays makes those glue strings really pop out, which makes them easy to see. There we go. Whoop. See, they're all over my fingers. God, and those, I like them, but I hate them. So let's see if I could do it without it. There we go. And this is all that we're going to do for the next 20 hours. No kidding. Not 20 hours. Oh, kidding. Kidding, kidding, kidding. Oh, glue. Now, I do have a YouTube channel that you can also go on to, and if you would be more than happy to subscribe on that, that would be cool. And it's the same name that you see on my page here. You can just type in NonnasNuttykrafts, and you'll get to see that there as well. Oh. Okay, maybe we'll just put it on one finger. That was hot. Oh. That was hot, you guys. Hot. Hot. Hello, my friend from New York. How are you this morning? Welcome, welcome. Did you get a lot of snow up there, Katie? My friend who lives on Long Island has a bunch of snow, and he says it's going to rain, and then it's all going to be washed away. So I was like, ooh, at least you got some snow. It's a big flower. There we go. I am so waiting for the snow. We had a raccoon. I was driving home, coming up my driveway. I don't know if y'all saw the picture I posted on my page. I was coming up my driveway, and there was this big raccoon. Now, I don't know if it was a male or female. If it was a female, maybe she was pregnant, but it was big. I got the behind waddling. It waddled right up by my pond front, went down the side of my house, and I'm texting my husband because I stopped the car. I was like, I'm not getting out of the car because, you know, they could carry rabies. And I was like, I have never seen a raccoon in 23 years of living here. Oh, God, guys, that flew. 23 years of living here, I have never seen a raccoon in this state. 12 inches, and we expected to get rain for Christmas. Well, then it'll wash it all away. But although it would be pretty to have for Christmas, we're supposed to get rain and all too. Kind of stinks. Because I want snow. I want some snow. You gotta have a white Christmas. Well, anyway, so the raccoon, as I'm texting my husband, waddles down the side of the house, and he was down, you know, on the family room on the first floor. And as I'm texting, he sees something in the corner of his eyes, and this big old raccoon going by. And I was like, there's a raccoon, there's a raccoon. And I'm texting my neighbor and sending him pictures because he has cameras all over his house. And I said, did this come up on your, you know, your camera? And he's going, I haven't seen one of those in years. Now he has underneath his deck a skunk. I said, keep the skunk there. I do. I like having a white Christmas too. You know what song right now? I know I'm getting sidetracked now. Because of everything with this virus stuff going around, you know the song I'll Be Home for Christmas? If you listen to the words of the entire song, it's almost like saying, yeah, I'm trying to come home, but I can't. And I was like, oh my God, that song is so fitting for this year. And I was just like, oh my God, nobody has pointed that out. But I am. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see if we can find a bigger one to cover that one spot. Give me a big one. Oh, that'd be two big ones next to each other. We'll do this. If I have to put two in, I'll put two in. We can fill in the gaps as we need to. So now, look, it looks like a Hawaiian lei. Those of you who have never been to Hawaii, when you get off the plane, they always give you a lei to put around your neck. It's their welcome. See, everybody lives, we've all lived close to each other somewhere along the way. And how funny it is. I met a lady the other night, and we were in a group, and we were doing, you know, they were doing some prizes and stuff in the group. It was like our little Christmas thing. And this one lady won. You know, I did a little wreath kit, and she won the thing. So, you know, I contacted her right away while we were, you know, right as the live finished, so I could get her address and stuff. Well, we wound up talking on the phone, and mind you, we never met before, for 4 hours till 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was so cool because she lives in Florida. I live in New York. The strangest thing, I'm not going to mention her name because I don't know if she wants me to or not. But I say the strange thing. My father passed away this year on St. Patrick's Day, right, which was the 17th. Her father, they found her father who had passed away on the 18th, but he may have died on the 17th. Both our dads were in the military. Both our dads, you know, in the family. My dad was Italian, my mom was Irish. Same with her. And we started talking about everything and the similarities. It was just unreal. Unreal how it was just like, it was like talking to a sister, you know, that you live with. And we went from talking about, you know, kids to, you know, business stuff, everything you can imagine. We just went from one thing that we were talking about animal, our pets. And it was just so cool to have that conversation with somebody. You know, I mean, we all long for conversations these days and stuff because of all this whole virus stuff. But it was so nice to meet somebody, you know, like that. And who knew? And, you know, at the end of the thing, we both said, hey, if you need help with anything, just contact me. Just contact me. You know, we'll work together and, you know, and stuff. And, you know, we each made a new friend, which was kind of cool. And who knew? We would never have met probably otherwise, living in different parts of the states, different states. Thank you. It was very hard. He didn't die of the virus or anything. He was 99 and a half. He would have turned 100 this past October. I have still not been able to bury him because he lives technically in Florida and I'm up here in New York. And because of the virus and everything, you know, we want our kids to be there and for it. And, you know, we can't do it because of it. So we're just kind of waiting to when we can do it. So, but it's all good. It's all good. I do miss him. This will be the first Christmas that, you know, I always send him at Christmas time. He always liked chocolate covered cherries. That was always his thing. And every year I would send him that. I would, you know, and a Christmas gift and stuff. And of course, every year he tells me, oh, don't send me anything, you know. I'm good. I'm like, I know, Dad, but I'm going to send you something every year. That's just the way it's going to go. And Thanksgiving, I always sent him the meal, you know, like a Thanksgiving meal and everything. And so it's kind of weird this year not sending him anything in the sense of saying. But, you know, he's up there with my mom now. And he said he would never marry when my mom passed away 25 years ago, and he never did. He never dated or anything. He said she was the love of my life. So now he's back with her. So that's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome, welcome, everybody that's just popping in here. Good morning. Oops, oops, oops. My finger got stuck to the glue. Good morning. We are making an angel. Those of you that are popping in, we're making a cardinal angel on a modified unique in the creek art. Oh, and this group I was in, the Social Divas is the name of the group, and it's a business group, mind you. And we did our little Christmas party, and I won a gift certificate from Unique in the Creek. So I was so excited about that. I was like, yay! I was so happy, so happy. I guess I'm missing some of the comments because some are not popping up here. I'm seeing you responding to some names. And I'm like, oops, I don't see that person on. Uh-oh. Hold on. Gotta put my little disc back on my glue gun. Do not trip on my table. There we go. That's my little dripper thing. I don't want the glue all over the table. I have a big silicone mat over here with my glue pot, and I keep saying I should just bring it over here to use just in case I get more glue and it doesn't go on the little holder there. So welcome, welcome everybody. Come on in. Say hello. Say hello. I'm excited. I'm like, my granddaughter called me. I knew she was going to call me to say how far away she was. And that was probably around 8:30. So she said, we're about 2.5 hours away still. And I was like, okay. And I said, but I can't talk to you now because I'm getting ready to do a live. And I felt kind of bad. But we break up where she is now at the 2.5 hour mark. We're going to break up anyway. She's up in the mountains. So it breaks up a lot when it goes up, you know, you're in that area. But I'm sure she's going to call me because she'll get bored in the car. She'll call me. She FaceTimes me, which is kind of cool. I don't get to spend as much time with her now because she's in school. You know, when she was up to preschool age, I would always save my vacation time and always go out and see her. Hello from California. Is it nice out there? I don't know what California weather is to our weather here. I mean, it's cold here. Let me just say. Just saying. It's cold. Oops. We need some more flowers. Just pull them all off. Oop, oop, oop. And here, I'll do this for you because this might be easier so you can see better too. There we go. I should have done that so you can just see that because you don't need to see me yakking. You can hear me. This way, the important thing is to see the project that we're working on. And all I'm doing is just gluing them in. Just gluing them in. Gluing them in. I was trying to read comments, sorry. I love it when you guys talk to each other. So what do you guys think of this so far? If you like it so far, give me some hearts. Give me some hearts. Ooh. Because, you know, we'd like some red hearts. Red hearts would be pretty to go with our cardinal angel here. 80 degrees. Good golly. Wow. Yeah, it's not going to be 80 degrees here for a long time. Not till next summer. Although, Ow! Oh, good God. Sorry, guys. That was hot glue. Oh, that's the second time on that finger, too. Oh, man. Whew. You get it on the nail, on the fingernail, and that hurts. Oh, it turned it red, my fingernail. Let me get this off of here real quick. I dropped that flower really quick. Oh. And you know what? I'm mad at myself now because I usually put up my other board. This is my good board that I use. And I usually put the other board up. And so that if I get glue on it, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. Whew. So I'm going to ask a question for you guys. What would you guys like to see me make or do? Because, you know, it's important for me. For you guys. Thank you. Oops. So what would you guys like to see? Something I haven't made before. Now I know I have a Valentine's wreath. I have a custom order Valentine's wreath I can do with you guys. Because I got some new stuff for that. Oh, God. This glue sticks to you all over the place. This is probably the most consuming part of this, is doing this. So if you're going to do it and you already know what color flowers and all you're going to do, I would suggest do this first and let it sit off to the side. And then you can always come back and you can do the rest of your angel. But since I'm doing this with you guys, I can't do that. There we go. Oh, oh, I stuck to that one. Oh, there we go. Now I'm learning more things on my Cricut. So I made a bunch of gifts this year, which I hadn't done. I've had my Cricut a year now. It'll be a year this Christmas. And I really hadn't worked on it that much. And I think it was just more intimidating because I was like, I don't know how to work it, you know, really. So I said, okay, well, the only way you're going to learn is if you sit down and you do it. So I've done some little projects with it, and I've gotten better at it, so I expand. Let's see if we could just do one big one in the middle there. My creativity. But it's kind of cool because you can make cards on it, you could do fabric on it, you can do vinyl on it, which you don't think. And, you know, of course you can make signs and stuff with it too. I'm trying to hold this down so I can see any glue strings off the top of my head. So let's make sure we got all the little areas covered. Look at all those glue strings. So see, I got some white spots right in here, so I can find those little ones. Oops. There it is. I was like, where did this spot go? Here we go. Valentine's Day. Okay. I got a really cool one. It's going to be using teal, black, red, white. Not teal. Turquoise. I want to put one in there. Thought I could get away with just the big one. But there's a hole. Okay, I can do that. It won't be to after Christmas time, mind you. Just because everybody's going to be so crazy. You know, just doing Christmas and all. And since it's in a couple of days, like I said, I have, you know, my immediate family we will be having Christmas with. Next year, I hope to have Christmas with my son's fiance's family. I said, okay, so here's going to be the cat out of the bag. I haven't really talked about this at all with really anybody. So let's do this. So when my father passed away, I was gone in March, got out of Florida just before they really shut everything down, and came back, and we found out in April my husband was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So some of my time not being on here at times like I used to be is because, you know, dealing with things, you know, with him and whatnot. And it's a learning process, you know, for him and me. So that I don't talk about it. I don't want the I'm sorry to hear that, because it is part of life. You know, things happen in people's lives, and you know, this is something we are just dealing with, and it will be okay. Everything will be fine. So we got him an exercise bike. He has now an elliptical. He has his weights and all and everything. So everything's good. In a good place, as they say. So we're just going to keep going from there. All right. So, but so it's been tough, but we get through it. So now what we're going to do is attach this. So, God, my fingers, I burn the tops of my fingers here. God, Lord. All right. So what I did was this. Now, if you can find floral pins, it's just like a U, you know, two things like a staple, you know, coming down like that. I couldn't find any in their stores. Everybody's sold out. So these are what we call, oh, let me switch cameras again for you. They're called T-pins. They're quilter's pins. Oops, where are we? And it's just like a T. So what I did, I cut off the top part, the short part of the T, and I bent it so that I had, let's see here, the U, so that I can put it in, you know, in here. So I did a couple of them. I did about 3. So see, you get to improvise. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this across here. Doesn't matter whichever way. You can put a little glue to kind of hold it a little bit. It's going to lay down on me. And then because I already put some glue in there, now I should have my happy fingers back on. I'm just going to go ahead and push this right in where the glue is. Just like putting in a bobby pin in your hair is really what it is. So we're going to go ahead and now this one, because some of the glue is already dried, I just put some glue on these, squeeze a little bit of glue out there. And I'll put it down in there. There we go. And push it down. So see, that's what we're doing. Okay? And this is just a way to, you know, hold it in there. So if you do have the floral pins, they would be much better. But if you don't, and you have something like this that you can use, oops, see, I used every finger but the one with the thing on it. So there we go. Whew. God, I burned a lot of my fingers. Let me just say. All right, so now I have that. So we're going to set that off to the side. Let me move this over here, because the next thing that we need to do is we need to make the wings. And let me just take my little handy dandy brush. Look at my puppy ate the handle. Ugh. Puppies, 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 puppies. There's a lot of glitter from that styrofoam ball, and it drives me crazy on the table. All right. So the wings, I can make them white. I can make them red. So I think You guys get to choose. So let me pull out the red. I have snowball red, which would look pretty. Or I have it in the white. So I could do either or. So you guys choose. So here's how we're going to do it. Give me red for heart. Give me, for the red, give me a heart. Or give me the thumbs up for the white. You guys choose. When you're choosing, I'm going to get my pipe cleaner out. I'm going to get a red one and a white one, depending what you choose. Oh, I guess I have to get a white one from here. I see hearts. I see thumbs. So this is hearts, this is thumbs. Oops. This is a modified board that came from Wreaths by Connie M. So you can go to her Etsy page and purchase the boards there. It looks like it's kind of half and half. Y'all are saying white. Okay, you know what? White might be good because when we put the head on and we're going to put a red bow, the wings. I think my other one I did red wings, I think. So this would be kind of cool to do the white one. All right, let me put this away. Let's do. Now I have some in this in here cut already. So I'm hoping, because I was doing another project and I think I cut too much. Yeah. So normally on this is 10, this is 20 inches. Because I have these pre-cut already, I'm going to do it at the 20 inches. Now, you, oops, let me put this away because we only need 2. And that, the only difference it's going to do is make it fuller. Normally in this, and I'm going to show you, I keep a Bible. It's my Bible book. I call it my Bible. And in here I have, see, I have my angel and how much I'm supposed to cut everything because sometimes I'll forget. So if you want to cut the wings, they're usually cut, you know, you need 2 wings and you can cut them at 9 inches. That's all you need. So I just wanted to show you. I am like, I always keep track of some things because if you only make them certain times of the year, then, you know, sometimes I forget. But these, I won't forget. But anyway, so these are cut at 20 inches. So let's see if this may be too much. We'll see. So usually what you do is you pull it like this. And you basically gather these in here. Pull this like this. You push it down like that. Oops. And we're going to put it in there. So the only thing, it is a little bit too much. That's too much for me. Too much to handle. It's just too bulky in my opinion. So that's okay. So we'll fix that. We're going to fix this edge first. Cut that off. And we're going to cut these down. So this is, I'm going to make it 10 inches. Even though I said 9, we'll make it 10. Just so I'm not wasting a lot of this. And you're just going to pull it just like that. And see how this kind of overlays on top? Right here in the middle. So you're just going to take it and pinch it in just like that. And now you see how this is like the bottom, I call it. And then the side is, you know, nice, so to speak. So I'm going to fold it in half, just like that, so that those raw edges would be more on the inside of the wings than anything. I don't like that one wing. So hold on. This must be the side I didn't cut. I don't like the way that looks. So we're just going to trim that off. There we go. Let's do it this way. Pinch it. And then fold it in half. And what we're going to do, we're going to place it in the zip tie. So see the pretty wings that you're starting to get right here? So we're going to place it in here. And we're going to go ahead and pull the zip tie tight. Nice and tight. But this is one of those sides that were modified. There we go. Now I have one of these fancy dancy little clippers that Miss Connie has to go ahead and clip these things off and all. All right, so now we got that, and we'll give it a snip, and voila, there's our wing. Now once we get it all done and everything, we'll go ahead and we'll poop it out. So let's go ahead and we're going to cut one of these edges. I usually don't wear my rings when I do this because the mesh always gets stuck in my rings. Whoops. Put you down so you don't roll on me. Let's see. 5, 10. Here we go. There we go. And we'll do the same thing with this side. Let me put that away because we're not going to need that. Just pull it, and you can see, just pull the corners, and it goes right in just like that. And you just scrunch it up. I turn it over, push them together, and put it in the zip tie. See? It's not hard. Now you can do this and do it all down here. I don't know. I'm in this ribbon phase, you know? Like it has to be ribbon right now instead of using mesh. You could do it. I did one where it's mesh. I did the whole thing mesh, like one color going down here. The breast cancer one, I did pink. It's like a fading pink. It changes colors, the pink. And I did that one in the middle, and I did, you know, this on the outside of it. So you can mix it up and do it however you want. Just have fun with it. But I like this one, and that's why I'm repeating it. Only the difference is the head is different. I know they do sell, it's a special little gun. It almost reminds me of one of these things, and it's a gun you put down on the zip tie, and it cuts it off, so you don't have to use, you know, the cutters like I am using. And I always say I'm new at doing using these boards, so I haven't dabbed into that yet and getting one. But when my wrist was hurting the other week a lot, doing just the pliers, I was like, man, that hurts. So now, of course, we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach the head. Now, you want to leave a spot up here. We have 2 holes up here. And I have this fancy little ribbon. This came in a pack. I got this for $1.49. These ribbon embellishments. It's not a lot of ribbon on it. But it's just the right size and stuff that I need. So I just choose whichever one I want. If I have enough of this one, I'll use this one. Just because I know I'm at the end of that. And I do. Yay. It comes longer. But this was just an extra piece. Because I've been using it on other projects. And that's what I'm going to use to stick in the holes up top here. So I recommend doing that before you do anything else. Get your ribbon and stick it through. Now, if you don't want to use ribbon, you want to use a zip tie or something, not a zip tie, a Chanel stem, you can do that. I like the ribbon. That's just me. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to make a knot in the back. You can do it where however long you want this part to be for the person to hang. You can make it into a little bow. I just do it as a little knot. Just make sure I get both pieces. Be a good idea if I do it so they're even to make my life easier. Now, like I said, I've done it with a bow. My breast cancer angel has a bow, and what I did, I tied it and then made a knot and then made the bow. So you could do it that way too. I think my patriotic one is just like this. There we go. So I just do a little knot on it. Now what you can do, you can pull it through so you don't see the knot, so it's that way. Or if you don't care, you know, in the sense of saying, you can do it that way. So that way, or you can pull it through and have it that way. I'm going to probably do it this way. I should have put the knot on the other side. Can I pull that knot through? Oh, yes, I can. Yay. There we go. Oh, came back through. Come back through, knot. Hold on. There we go. Because I like it hanging back from behind like this. So the knot's going to be in here. It's going to be covered by the head, so you're not going to see it. Perfect. All right. So let's get our head going. You have some holes here. So you pick the holes. So I look at it where I want the head to sit. Now down here, there's some holes, and we're going to put the bow in there. So decide, I think it's going to go right through here. There's 2 holes just above the wings that I'm going to choose. And that's why we have this like this. We're going to use some glue on this as well. So you can see how the head, I just threaded it through on the back. Now you can use this as a hanger as well. I'm choosing to use this up here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it as tight as I want it. I will use glue on this as well. And I'm just going to twist it. Twist, twist, twist. I'm not going to put the glue on this yet because I got to make the halo. And I want to have the halo stick coming down behind it. Because if I glue the head in, then I'm not going to be able to do that. Then I'm going to take this piece of the wire. There's a hole right in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and just stick it right back through. And that way there's no wires or anything coming out or sticking. This is the plastic, you know, zip ties. It's all nice and smooth. Wow, $15. Yikes. I don't know how much they're worth or anything, so I don't know. Oops. Okay. So again, we'll fluff this all out once we get it all in. So you can see how it's starting to take shape. Our angel is starting to take shape. Or coming to life. Let's move that out of the way. Let's get the pins out of the way because my luck, I'll have the pins flying on the floor. And I don't want to do 52 pickup with the pins. I don't think we need to. All right, so let's make our bow. And see, I knew this was going to be my granddaughter calling. Sorry, I can't talk to you. I told her I was going to be doing a live. She'll probably call me again because she'll do that until I answer. Let's put my pin there so I don't lose it. All right. So let's get our bow machine out here. We're going to do this on the Easy Bow Maker. This is just a simple bow. Nothing fabulous on it. Decide how long you want your tails. If you're not sure, just kind of measure where the neck is and see how long, how long you would want it. If you want it shorter, I think I'll do that. And this makes it, oh, this is about a 6-inch tail because this is not a big project. And I'm using this has a little bit of gold on the edge. This is a felt ribbon. And this to me just looked really pretty. Now, or I could use this one. Wait a minute. My brain is going. I bought it out. It's made of metal. I bought it. So I bought this other one out. I really like this ribbon. I found it at Michael's. And by chance. And I did, if you guys watch, there's a video on I did my entryway and I used this ribbon. I only found the 1.5 inch, and then I really liked it. Went back, tried to find more, couldn't find it, found it in another store, another Michael's, and they had the 4-inch. Okay, so here's going to be the decision making. You guys are going to help with this. Let me move my glue gun so I can see. This is just a rough thing to show you. So we could do this as a bow in here. So there's the plaid bow. Okay. Or we can do the red bow. Oh, I think I know which one I want. So let's do this. If you, I'm going to burn myself. I'm not going to reach across. If you think the plaid bow, do hearts. If you think the red bow, do thumbs up. So this is the red bow. The red velvet bow with the gold trim. Or we could do the plaid bow. It's red and white. It has a lot of glitter, little glitter on it. I think I know which one I want. What do you guys want? This one is hearts. This one is thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs. No hearts. I'm surprised you guys didn't choose this one. Oh, there's a heart there. I see one heart. I thought this one because I was thinking so much red to red to red. You know, might be too much red, and I thought this was just pretty to bring it in. Or no, not that one. Same one, yeah, that's the same one. I was thinking of a black and white. No. Thumbs up the red. Red it is. Red it is. Y'all won. Well, that's the one I had picked to do, and that's the one I started to do, but then I was like, you know, this might work, you know, too, and that's why I pulled it out. So red it is. Put you away, put you away. For another project some other day. Let's do the red. All right. So this isn't going to be a very big bow, like I said. It's not a lot of loops and everything because we don't need all that on this. So I said we're doing a 6-inch tail. So your tail is what's going to hang down. We're going to flip this over. Okay, so our tail is down here. We're going to flip this over so that we see the wrong side of the ribbon. We're going to put this in, and I'm only going to go 4 inches. It's a 4-inch loop, but it's actually 8 inches, the loop itself. So we got 4 inches on that side. Okay, you guys won the thumbs up. And I'm just going to bring it in, and I'm going to go 4 inches, and I'm going to bring it back in at 3 inches. And I'm just going to leave them so they layer on top. And I'll show you on this side. So this one comes back in at 3 inches. So see, I'm going to leave the bow. I'm not going to poof it out. I'm not going to pull it like this. I'm going to leave it so it lays on top. Now, if, in a little bit of bow making, and then if you put the other loop here, this is what they call a butterfly bow, when it just lays like that. So we'll cut this off. And let's pin this up so I don't be chasing it on the floor if it goes rolling away. Don't want it to roll away and to be like, you know, a ball of yarn. You go chasing it. Don't want to do that. Oh, that's going to stay there. Okay. All right. So because we use red, I could use white in here if I wanted to, but I'm going to use, it's just a little piece of, you know, I always save the little scraps of my things. If you saw, I kept the white one a little, this is the longer of the 2 pieces of the white. So I'm just going to put this down right in here. And we'll go ahead and we'll move that out of the way. We'll just give this a couple of good twists. Get my tails where they're supposed to be. Pull them down. And see, the bow is going to stay just like that on the angel. And we can put an embellishment in here. Oops, that's the wrong side of the bow part. There we go. And then we'll just let the bow twist really tight around. And there we have our bow. See what cute? So we're going to go ahead and we'll dovetail these. You can cut them on an angle. If they were longer, or if you're using a thinner ribbon or something, you can curl it up if you want to do that. But this one I'm just going to dovetail it. So we got some more holes in here on this side. So that's where our little pipe cleaner comes in handy. And just choose which of the holes you want to put the bow in. Because the idea is that the bow will hide where I finished off with the ribbon. And I can't see because I got the head in the way. There we go. And I kind of sneak it up just a little bit underneath the head, just like that. Then again, just twist tie this around. Now my dog wants to go play with the puppies. So there we go. We push it back through so we don't have any of the raw edges. And there's our bow. So see how pretty she's coming out, really pretty. So I want to put a little embellishment in there. And because we're using gold, I think I'm going to use a gold little styrofoam ball. I have different sizes. I have smaller ones and I have a bigger one. I think I like the bigger one. Then there's a whoop. That one went flying on the floor. This one's a little bit bigger. Whoop. Sticking together. I think that. See, it just gives it a little something right there. Get that one off the floor because I'll step on it and squish it. So you can get these styrofoam balls. Michael's has them at times. Hobby Lobby has them. So, you know, throughout the year you can get different colors. And let me make sure that flower is not in the way. And I'm just going to stick that right in the middle. Just hold it for a few seconds. Get those. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'm just going to fold this up right here for right now. And all the ribbon that I use has wire in it. So now I can go back because I got most of this done. The only thing we have to do now is put the halo in. Did you 2 for 15 and shipping was 20. Did you go on Wreaths by Connie M? I mean, she's the only one I know that sells them. And that's who I buy them from. So if there's somebody else selling them, I don't know. So we're just going to fluff up the bows, just like that. I should say bows, the ribbons. The ribbons, not the bows. Okay. I buy a, I think I just bought 6 of them from her. So. There we go. And we just go around and I'll just start poofing them up. Now you don't want to poof them up too much so that they stand up like this because you want it to be a little bit coming down, the ruffles coming down, so to speak. I call it ruffles. The ribbons coming down. Let me start in the middle on this one. You know, it's like the skirt. My dog's going to bark again. I hear with this little oof, oof down there. Oops. Well, you figure, was it, you said 2 for $15? You figure a sign is like $7 each if you want to just buy a sign. So that's, I don't know overall, you know, charging wise. It's not my thing, it's hers. All right. So there's our cardinal angels so far. I'll be flipping these bows all day long. I just, you know, it's like, oh, there's a crease here. There's that. No, it's got to look like this. So that's your cardinal angel so far. I think she's coming out really pretty. I like doing this. All right. So there's a little piece of the mesh here. Don't pull it. Just cut it, y'all. And I usually, when I finish, I'll go back and any little straggles, I'll go ahead and cut after the fact because it will probably keep doing it as you're doing it. So now I need to make the halo. Now I could do it in gold, but I think I'm going to do it in white. I know just a little bit of gold. I think white. I don't know if I have a gold. I knew when I was out the other. Oh, I do have one. This gold, right? Let's see. Oh, it's got to be gold. This would have been the white, which would stand out, but I like the gold. The gold looks pretty on there. So all I'm going to do is I just go ahead and I just kind of figure out how big I want my halo. There's no rocket science to it. There's no like saying, hey, make it this big or that big. I do put it where it has a little stem because that's what I'm going to put behind the head. Because you remember I said I wasn't going to glue the head yet because I need to make her halo. And make it as big as you want. Do it, you know. There we go. I think that's as big as I want it. And I just twist it in. A little wonky looking now, but once we get it on there, we can straighten her halo out. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I don't need this whole stem on here. There's a piece of fuzzy in it. And I'll glue this and I'm going to stick it between her head and the board. So that's why I said before I wasn't going to go ahead and glue her head in because of that reason. Because I wanted to put the halo on first. Move my ribbon out of the way. Stick my halo down there, not my fingers. Oh, good Lord, have mercy on the fingers. I need to get happy finger gloves. Oh. All right. I want my ribbon sticking to it. Ugh, I'm reaching over to the trash can to get the glue off my fingers. Don't you know that it's like a little piece of glue? You're like, okay, it's okay. You can get it off later. No problem, but you have to get it off now. All right, so that's her halo up top there. So now let me go ahead and glue her head. And that just gives her extra, you know, support in here. So I'm going to glue it up top. I'll come down and glue it partway down. And it will probably filter down where her wings are as well, which is okay. Rather have more than not enough. And the big thing is not to let it get on your table. So with that, I try not to stick my fingers in any holes. And I'll just press it a little bit. So you know, where the wings are, I glued it where the wings are, so it picks up from the wings and it will also pick up on the head. I glued it up top where the ribbon is. So wherever you feel you need to glue it. All right. So now that I squished her bow in the front here, gosh, all this glue. Hi, Kai and Sky. Hey, don't come over here because you're going to knock the camera over. Let's fluff our bows out a little bit. Ooh, that's my puppy. She's telling me she wants to go play with the other little ones. So you can make your halo. If you want your halo to sit more, you know, down, you can go ahead and glue it down. If you want it bigger and going around this way, you can do it however you want. This is just one way. I like my halo to stick up on this a little bit. Oops. Let's push you down now, halo. I bent you up. Bend it from behind. There we go. Because I like it sitting down like that. And she doesn't need a huge halo. So that is the angel. And look, see, I messed up the bows because I had my hand down there. This is what I'm saying. I mess up the bows all the time. So that's our angel. Look how pretty she came out. I think she came out really cute. Let me move this out of my way. Oops. So the angel card in this video. Oh, yeah, thank you. I liked it because it's something everybody... Oh, thank you guys for all those hearts. Thank you, thank you. The cardinal is, you know, everybody says, if, you know, somebody who has passed away. And here's the ironic. I know I was talking about my dad earlier. We had, let me switch cameras here so you can see me if you want. That which would be nice, right? So let me switch camera to the front camera. Here we go. So when my dad passed away, every day there would be a cardinal every time we would sit down for dinner that would come and visit us in our backyard. And I'd always see him out on the fence or he'd be, you know, in one or two areas. Then our neighbors cut down a tree next door. And once they did that, we didn't see the cardinal for the longest time. I know. Silly stuff, right? And then all of a sudden the cardinal started appearing again. And I was like, oh, and I used to say, Daddy's back, you know, kind of thing. But it's always nice to have, you know, something like that. And it, you know, to believe that the cardinals are there, you know, as a guardian for you, that it is somebody that's passed away, because that's what they are. And living in the state of Virginia, the cardinal is their state bird. And their flower is the dogwood. So I always try to make it a point to learn about, you know, where I live and something like that as well. But I had never known about the cardinal thing, you know, at all until, you know, my mom had passed away. But where we lived, we didn't see cardinals that much in Georgia. But here, I love the cardinals. We had the male and the females. So they're really red, or they look like the brownish color. And this year was funny. On the side of our house here, we have a bush, a forsythia bush, and there was a nest up there. And we usually get, you know, I don't know what kind of bird it is up in there. But this year we didn't get it, the bird. So I was like, well, you know, we need to do it. Well, my husband comes out and he goes, hey, he goes, you know, we can't cut it down. He goes, because, he goes, there's babies up in there. And I was like, really? So he said, yeah. So what happened, by the time I come out, the baby was on the ground. And I was like, oh my gosh, how sad, you know, where are the parents? You can hear them chirping. And it was a cardinal, mother and father. So I said, well, where did you see it? He said, over here by the tree. So I picked it up and I put it back in. There were two nests up there. I don't know which one it was. And I put it back in the nest. And, you know, we left. And then we hear chirping, chirping, chirping. And I'm like, what the heck? So the bird now had fallen, I guess, out of it. And what it was is that the bird, the baby bird, was learning how to fly. So I think the parents were trying to encourage it, is what it was in the long run. And so the bird, we found it on the floor again. And I was afraid because, you know, there's creatures, you know, birds and cats and, you know, other creatures that could eat it. So I brought it to another bush and I put it on the branch so that it would have height, so if it was going to fly. And sure enough, you know, we waited, and we stood back, and all of a sudden the baby bird just flew off into the big tree, and the mama and daddy, you know, I mean, they have been chirping all the time, you know, flew after it. And I went, oh, yay, it just learned how to fly. I felt so proud of myself. I really did. So, but anyway, so this is our project that we finished today. And like I said, it is available in my Etsy shop. You can see there's my Etsy, website right there. So if somebody does want it, for Valentine's Day, you can use it for Valentine's Day as well, not just in January. And you can use it for Christmas, which you won't get it before Christmas, but it still is a nice gift for somebody. And, they can actually have it all year because it's not, it's just pretty. I think it's really pretty. So if you do want it, it's listed in my Etsy shop above already. It just has a picture saying Facebook Live. I'll go ahead and I'll, got to go take pictures of it. So I'll post the pictures of it for y'all. But it is there. I do have the patriotic one there, and I do have a breast cancer in there right now. Like I said, I just started doing these, and I love these. I love doing the ribbon. You could do it, in the deco mesh as well. Do whatever you want to do it in, So, but if you guys would be so kind and do that I would love the SLF. Oh, thank you for blessing me. Yes. I would appreciate that. Because I love having friends here all the time. On it. And whoops, that's the wrong one. There we go. So I will see you next time on NonnasNuttykrafts, and y'all have a Merry Christmas if you were Jewish, and Happy Hanukkah. Have a Happy New Year, and I will definitely be seeing you come next year. All right. Thank you. Y'all have a nice day. Bye-bye.